Dirty Birds, 48-17. We're on our way to the mall. Hey, Drew. What do we say when the Saints are playing?
Who that?
What do we say when the Saints beat the Falcons?
Whoa.
Hey, what do we say when the Saints beat the Falcons?
Who that?
You darn right. You gosh darn right. That's what we say. Who dat? It always feels great when the Saints beat the Atlanta Falcons, especially when you put it on them 48-17. Unfortunately, the woeful, hapless, helpless Carolina Panthers couldn't do it for us, despite having not one but two touchdowns come off the board at the expense of former LSU Tigers, nonetheless. DJ Chark goes airborne at the goal line, fumbles, and then a touchdown for Carolina comes off the board because of Terrace Marshall, an illegal formation. So NFLSU screwed us today. But you know what, man? It's two parts of this conversation. One is you had to win. You had to win to have any hope whatsoever of making the playoffs. You're at home. You're playing Atlanta. We'll talk about the game here in a second. The first half was not super great defensively, but we'll get to it. But you win the game, and then you had to have help. But the reason you had to have help is because you're an inconsistent team. And bad teams are inconsistent. The Saints have been a bad team this year. You know, you blew a 17-point fourth quarter lead at Green Bay. And the day that happened, we were doing this very show right here, this immediate reaction. I said, that's the kind of game that when your season ends, you look back and go, that's the one that cost you. And lo and behold, that's going to be the case. That's going to be the one that cost the Saints. Game in Atlanta, 0 for 5 in the red zone. 0 for 5. You know, you allowed 200 rushing yards to the Falcons in that game. You know, unfortunately, Minnesota, you know, you luck up. You don't have to face Kirk Cousins. You're facing Josh Dobbs. You can't win. Houston Texans. You move up and down the field. Can't finish drives. You lose to C.J. Stroud at Texas. I mean, look, it's what you are when you're a bad team. But today was fun. Just like I said last week, man, as much as this team has struggled, you know, watching the Saints put the Bucs in a 3-hour chokehold was fun, and watching the Saints curb stomp Atlanta the way they did in the second half today was awesome. Now, real quick, hey, Arthur Smith, shut up, you whiny little... I'm not going to say it because a lot of y'all got upset at me last week for saying a curse word with Drew in the backseat, even though Drew don't know what I'm saying. He's just ready to go to the mall. Y'all saw at the end of the game, Tyrann Mathieu. By the way, come on, Honey Badger, I love you, bro. What are we doing, man? He's like coasting. He gets run down by an offensive lineman. Come on, Tyrann. Anyway, so he comes up short a yard, and they give the ball to Jamal Williams, score a touchdown. Arthur Smith at the end of the game at the handshake is going off on Dennis Allen. This is one of the few times you're going to get me defending Dennis Allen. Hey, Arthur Smith, this is the National Football League, chump. You don't like it, tell your stupid backup quarterback not to throw a gimme interception, and then tell your defense not to allow that rushing touchdown from the 1-yard line, you chump. That's on you, bruh. So one thing Steve Spurrier always said, and I agree with it, stop it. You don't like it? Stop it. Run up a score. What are we supposed to do, just pretend like, will you not give Jamal Williams his first rushing touchdown of the season? Hell yeah, you do. Shut up, Arthur Smith, you little pansy-ass piece of... See, look, I'm editing myself because last week y'all got mad because I cursed. Some of y'all got mad last week because I cursed with Drew in the car. I'm not going to do that. First half today defensively was not great. Desmond Ridder, a.k.a. First half, Desmond Ridder was like Desmond Brady. Desmond Manning in the first half. Desmond Montana. Desmond Mahomes. Dude had a perfect quarterback rating in the first half of 158.3. 14 of 16, 231 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, the Saints couldn't stop him in the first half, which was crazy. But you held their running game to 8 attempts for 20 yards in the first half. And remember, the last time the Saints played Atlanta over in Atlanta, they ran for over 200 yards on you. They punked you. They out-physicaled you at the line of scrimmage. And they ran roughshod all over you. The Saints' run defense today was awesome. Held Atlanta. I'm not looking at the box score, but I think the number was right at 75 yards, 78 yards, something like that. So the rushing defense had to get better today, and you did. You knew Desmond Ridder was going Desmond Ridder. And so the first start, that you're tied at halftime, and the first drive of the second half, he throws a pick to Alontae Taylor. I mean, gift wrapped it for him. The Saints would punch that in. Beautiful juggling catch by Chris Olave. The Saints would go up. A.T. Perry would add another touchdown later. 2 touchdowns on the day for A.T. Perry. Nice to see Kendre Miller get in the end zone today in the first half, which was his first rushing touchdown. And really a beautiful effort that capped off the 14-play, 75-yard drive, whatever it was. It took up nearly 9 minutes of the clock. It was awesome. So, I didn't love the defensive effort in the first half against a bad team, but you buckle down in the second half, and you shut them out in the second half, which was awesome. We've seen the Saints team do that this year, be better defensively in the second half, and they made some adjustments and were really good. So, and then the offense just really got rolling. You capitalized on 3 Atlanta turnovers, 2 picks and the fumble, and Blake Grupe was perfect again today. And so you blow out Atlanta, which was great to see, and I had to have it. Now, I would like to say, I want to give a salute, all right? If you listen to AFR on Friday, if you listen to Morning Scone today, you heard me say it. I picked the Saints not only to win, but to win and cover. And I'm going to give a salute to my man, the one and only, Mike Detillier, because for a decade I heard Mike Detillier say this on my radio show. That teams, it's old betting angle, shout out to the late Buddy Diliberta, teams that lose their starting center fail to cover 80% of the time the week they lose their starting center. And so we talked a lot this week about would it be Heineke, would Alvin Kamara be available, blah, blah. And I said, none of that matters, y'all. The only thing that matters to me is what Mike D hammered into my brain for a decade, which was teams that lose their starting center fail to cover 80% of the time they lose their starting center. And Drew Dahlman from Atlanta got hurt this week, and he didn't play, so I loaded up on the Saints today, bruh. Loaded up on the Saints today, and I cashed that ticket, bruh. So, you're welcome if you bet along with me today, and thank you to the one and only, the great, incomparable Mike Detillier. We are going to the mall, buddy. Good job. For that wisdom that he imparted on all of us for many, many years, which held up again today. So, ching, ching. All right. The 3:25 kickoffs are coming up, and the Saints need some help. So, because Carolina sucks, the only way the Saints get in the playoffs here is if Seattle and Green Bay lose. So, we need Chicago to beat Green Bay. That's at Lambeau. And we need Arizona to beat Seattle. That is in the desert. So, hey, look, it's the NFL. Crazier things have happened. Jacksonville. Where are we?
We're going to the mall.
We are going to the mall. Look. Look at that. We're going to the mall. Dude loves the mall, bro. I mean, find you somebody that loves you the way that Drew loves the mall. So, look, crazy things happened with Jacksonville today. Jacksonville had an opportunity to win their division. All they had to do was win at Tennessee. Couldn't do it. So, by the way, we had Tennessee plus 3.5. Shout out Jimmy Ott's Football Sunday. If you haven't been listening to Jimmy Ott's Football Sunday to make your bets, I don't know what you're doing. I'm trying to pay for your kids' college out here by giving you this information, but some of y'all just don't want it. So, you do you. You do you. All right, we're here at the mall. Saints win. They finished 9-8. First winning season for Dennis Allen of his career. But it's very bittersweet because you played a horrendous schedule. You're in the weakest division in the NFL. You had the best quarterback in the division, a division that had rookie Bryce Young, Desmond Ridder, Baker Mayfield, and you pissed it away because you're not good. So let's not overstate or overreact to going 9-8 because this is a team that easily should have been. Look, if you just don't blow a 17-point fourth quarter lead at Green Bay, you're 10-7. You win the division and it's over, right? You're in the playoffs. You're hosting a playoff game next week. So I'm not going to sit here and overreact to or laud this team for finishing 9-8. But for the second consecutive year, they finished strong. So no, we don't need the Seahawks and Bears to win. We need the Cardinals and Bears to win. We need the Seahawks and the Packers to lose. We need the Cardinals to beat the Seahawks. In a vacuum, I'm a celebrate today. In a vacuum, I'm a celebrate beating Atlanta, scoring 48 points, making Arthur Smith cry like a little on the post-game handshake. I'm going to celebrate A.T. Perry having a couple touchdowns, Kendre Miller getting his first touchdown, the Honey Badger getting a pick and nearly a pick six, although I had to laugh when my guy got caught from behind by a lineman. All those things I'm going to celebrate today, but I'm also going to look at the big picture and say, you know what, this is a team that underachieved. This is a team that absolutely should have been in the postseason, and they need some help right now as we record this, so hopefully they get it. But in the meantime, it should be over. They should be in, but likely won't be. And yes, the Emperor of Empty Yards as well showed up in a huge way today. A game where your season, for all intents and purposes, is going to end, so sure, he would show up and tie a career high of 4 touchdown passes against the Atlanta Falcons. So, let's hope we watch all these games here in the afternoon window, y'all. Let's hope the Saints get the help they need. Let's go Cardinals. Let's go Bears. See if they can pull a couple upsets. And Saints punch their ticket to the playoffs and play a game next week because I'm here for it. So, all right, y'all. Shout out. Who dat? A big win today over Atlanta when you had to have it. Loved it. It was fun to watch. And Roasted Falcon. I love it. That was a good commercial. Sean Payton ordering the Roasted Falcon. Yeah, no doubt. It's a little late, but it don't matter. You won a game today. You did what you had to do, and they did it. So congrats to everybody who had a great individual performance today. Congrats to the Saints for beating the Falcons. That's always fun. Winning on a day where you had to win, they did it. Now let's see if they can get some help. And I'm going to go walk Drew around them all. And without Alvin Kamara today, too. And how about Peyton Turner? Peyton Turner activated today, gets himself a fumble recovery. That was good to see. All right, Drew. Where are we? Hey, what do we say when the Saints are playing?
Who dat?
Train them right, peeps. Raise them right. Smash that like button. Who dat? See ya.